Hey guys, I hope you are all hanging in there okay, starting your first day of schoolwork. I just wanted to do a quick video introducing you to the topic of winds, which is what you'll be reading about for the next few days. That starts section 19b, page 458 in your science books. There are three factors that determine wind speed and direction, and so those are the three I want to briefly discuss with you today. The first of those factors is pressure. So air always moves from areas of high to low pressure, and that's what creates winds. And meteorologists call this push from the high to low pressure the pressure gradient force. So the force that it creates is the pressure gradient force. The path that this wind follows from these areas of high to low pressure is called the pressure gradient. If you'll remember back in the chapter where we talked about streams and stream anatomy, we also talked about a stream gradient, how it was where the stream begins and the path it follows until it ends up usually in the ocean, okay? So it also starts higher and goes to lower areas. And it's the same idea here with the pressure gradient. If all we had was pressure effect, then it should result in straight line motion, as it says here on this slide. But because of this next factor, which is the Coriolis effect, it's not going to go in a straight line. If you remember from previous chapters, we talked about the Coriolis effect in quite a bit of detail, and this is why, because I knew it was going to come up again. But the Coriolis effect deflects a wind perpendicular to its path over the Earth's surface. So instead of that wind going in a straight line, it's going to be moved, okay, because of the Coriolis effect. If you can't remember what this is, let me know, and I will give you the links to the videos and what we discussed in class about this in previous chapters. So in the northern hemisphere, winds deflect to the right because of the Coriolis effect, and in the southern hemisphere, they deflect to the left. And the effect is stronger the further away you are from the equator. Wind speed also has a lot to do with this. So if not for friction between the Coriolis effect and pressure effects, all these winds would be extremely strong. But we're going to learn in just a minute that friction is actually what slows them down. So this next one here, friction effects. We talked about friction in chapter 2, and friction slows down motion. Anything on Earth that moves has some kind of friction force acting on it. We watched a video, a BrainPop video back in chapter 2, and it was where they jumped out of the plane going skydiving. Well, the force that was pushing up against them as they were being drawn down by gravity was drag. Okay, so the fluid friction pushes opposite to the direction the wind blows. Okay, and that is drag. And then this has the greatest effect the closer you are to the ground. So there's more turbulence when you're close to the ground than there is higher up. Okay, so these are three things that affect wind speed and direction. Now, the other part of this section for today are cyclones and anticyclones, and I'm going to give you a video to watch about this with some pictures so that hopefully it kind of ties it all together for you and makes it easier to understand. But that's your intro, and hopefully it will help you answer your discussion question for tomorrow. All right, talk to you guys later.